First off, this is one of the first and last things I'm telling everybody. I'm talking to the whole United States of America right now. That we are flooded with so much drugs that we can't even burn the drugs and get rid of the drugs. That I don't even know if China and North Korea and Mexico is going to be able to take all this drugs out of this country. That's how much drugs is in our country right now. Over hundreds of millions of kilos of cocaine, hundreds of millions of kilos of heroin, hundreds of millions of kilos of crack cocaine, hundreds of millions of kilos of ecstasy, hundreds of millions of kilos of rock molly coming straight out of the federal in Mexico. Okay, this is exactly why this country has a federal lawsuit, and it's only federal because it's all coming from the federal government, all this drugs and poison and fentanyl. That I filed a $500 trillion cash lawsuit against every federal government in the whole wide world. Every infantry, every branch, to every seed that has to be planted still. But I'm being really truthful about all this. All the armies, the USA armies, all the Coast Guards, and all the cops that work all the way the border of Mexico right now, and all of Houston, Texas, are all in trouble. They're all bringing drugs back with all the Mexican mosquitoes right now. And they're the police officers bringing the drugs in. They're bringing the millions of pounds of fentanyl in. I mean, this is where you completely have to shut them down a certain way with no weapons and no bombs and no... There's a way to get away, actually, too. And that's everybody. We're up against something that nobody's ever even seen before. This is how dangerous it is. Because what's going on down in South America is that they're in so much poverty and so much drugs. What it's going to do is it's going to shut the border of Mexico down. And I just shut the border of Mexico down. That's a promise. Now what's going to happen is that they're going to be flooded with so much drugs in Mexico and all of South America that they're probably going to build a new airport there for airplanes to fly in and out of it. I mean, it's, you can't stop it almost, but you can stop it. It's not something we can't stop. That's a promise. This will be stopped. I do not want people locked away. You catch somebody with fentanyl, take the drugs and let them go. I don't want nobody really hurt. You can slap them up a little bit, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? And get them, slap the pipes out of their fucking mouths. Smoking the shit that they're smoking, the rock molly with all the acid and fucking rotten fentanyl in it. Rotting all their teeth and gums out of their face. Rotting their lungs. Now, every single army, every branch of the army, and all the Navy SEALs and all of everybody understands why I did this. I filed this lawsuit. Now, it's a big underground lawsuit where it's going to get picked up by China, the president of China. It's going to get picked up by the smartest bosses in the world. The most holy, righteous bosses in the world that believe truly only in Jesus Christ of Nazareth, to have faith and trust in me. That's my promise. That this is a world war against drugs so bad that I don't even know what to do. That I'm trying to tell all the presidents what to do. What we need is a group of guys from every country Big guys wearing masks and all NFL football gear to be able to grab some of these big Mexicanos and big Germans and big Polish guys and tackle them to the fucking ground and take the drugs out of their pockets and then let them go. I don't want to see people locked away. I'm not that type of person. Everybody in South America and Mexico, don't lock them up, please, if I have this kind of power. Take the drugs from them all, no matter even if you catch them with like 10 keys, 100 keys. Take the drugs and fucking make them walk. Make them walk. Do not lock them up. It's making things worse. The federal government's prisons are filled with so many inmates that there's over like 500 million inmates in the United States of America right now. There's maybe not that many, but it's so much. It's the rate is so high now that we're not teaching humans what to do right. We're completely doing something the wrong way. And I hope people listen to me. I know you all are cops, but take that badge off and, you know, like I said, slap them up. You know what I'm saying? Get in the grid a little bit and throw them hands. You know, we're going to have to learn how to use our hands more than guns. Because there's no way that the whole world's going against each other with M16s and AK-47s. I mean, at point blank range, it's something where this world needs so much help from Jesus Christ of Nazareth that he even told me I don't even know what to do. And then he said, I know what to do. Just hold on and wait. I'll do something. He knows I have a heart of gold and that I truly trust in him and that my power only wants the best for kids and children and families around the whole wide world. That I want all their bills paid for. I want all their water and electric paid for. That's easy. I filed a $500 trillion lawsuit. That's the easiest fucking thing to do now is pay their bills now. Buy them four-wheelers, buy them jewelry, buy them clothes. Okay? They need to start shoveling in that money and do something right for once. And clean the whole fucking country up and clean all the drugs out of it with all the money I just won. Because all the new trucks and cars are going to look real nice and fancy with all that money coming in. We don't want pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Please, listen to me. Every single branch of the federal government and every federal government in this whole wide world, the USA armies and all the militaries and all of every single branch that completely grows all the way down to a police officer, that they all are in trouble and they're all being sued by James Joseph Raymer Jr. Now, being sued is being checked. That's all it is. That you all are being checked by a holy, righteous man that loves Jesus with all of my heart and soul. I overdosed and died 2 months ago. Death, I died. And I had a massive heart attack a year ago. I've got the biggest pain in my chest, the biggest hole in my heart right now. I had a contusion heart attack, and let me tell you, drugs are not the way to go with all these deaths and all this cocaine, and everybody thinks it's cool to snort lines. There's nothing cool about it at all. I'm shutting it down. I'm completely taking all the coke and drugs and heroin out, man, and I'm burning it all. We're going to burn it with gasoline, every bit of drugs in this country. We're going to start going into Mexico. We're going to start going into California, Canada. Well, I promise you, I work a strong team by myself because whoever listens is an archangel. We'll work our way through Africa. We'll work our way through China. You know how much drugs is in China? The United States of America could take soldiers from Poland and Germany and sweep through China and take billions of tons of rock molly and ecstasy and all sorts of fentanyl completely out of that country and clean it up without them even knowing we're there. and burn all the drugs when we're done. Please listen to me. I'm not joking around. I feel so much cleaner and better now that I'm getting rid of all the drugs and destroying them and burning them and completely getting rid of them. I'm not joking at all. I'll take over 100 million kilos right now and I'll burn them all with fucking gasoline and diesel fuel. I'm not joking you at all. Everybody stand way far back and away from all that. You know, you need masks and all sorts of bodysuits. This is going into the federal governments where they need to do their job and burn and destroy all the drugs. Why are we flooded with drugs? That bad. We are flooded. We need to destroy all the drugs. Okay, start building new businesses. And Donald Trump was talking about new businesses. Yeah, new businesses when we get this drug huge problem over with. China's willing to come in here and put new underwater roads and tunnels, casinos. I mean, they're willing to put high rises, huge Chinese high rises with Chinese restaurants. I mean, they're willing to do everything for this country. Look how much power they have, and the president of China's over here in this country right now. They're willing to do anything for us. That's all we got to do is ask them. You know, there's a hot coal in that man's heart right now. Let me tell you, he's about this close. And I'm not joking you. To completely just smoke this country and clean it up for the very last time. But he's going to let it go. I can see him in his heart and soul. He's going to let it go and let us all live. You know, that man can... This is a world war, everybody. This is not a joke. They're talking about all China has to do is hit one button, and this whole fucking country of the United States of America right now will turn to ashes. I'm not playing around. I'm not joking, and I'm not lying about it. There is a truth. The president of China is here in the United States of America, so don't worry about that. That's how powerful China really is, and that's how powerful Germany really is. That's how powerful Poland really is, and Russia and the Ukraines. That's how powerful they are. That's how powerful Africa is. Africa will smoke you. Now, a long time ago, I heard a lot of bad shit that happened in Africa where they were cutting kids' faces off. We're not going to torture fucking humans at all. We're not locking them down anymore. Take all the drugs out, burn all the drugs and destroy all the drugs, and just let all the people go. There's too many people. Too fucking many people getting locked up. Tell them your car's taken now. We found drugs in your car. Your car's taken. You gotta walk. Call your fucking mom. Call your dad. Call your buddy. Because now you gotta walk. You lost your car. It's not a joke. I'm just trying to give you all good input and advice. I filed a $500 trillion lawsuit